everyone, Spencer Glasgow here. So I want to share with you guys my story of how I went from entrepreneur, very young age, to entrepreneur Spencer now at 24, and how I've been able to go from selling cherries door to door, picking weeds, doing lawn mowing, lawn care services, to now building a 7-figure online business, and just kind of walk you through the steps of how I've been able to get to where I am today. It's definitely taken time. If anyone tells you it's an overnight success, there has been months and months, if not years, of preparation and work to be able to go into that overnight success, which I don't really like the term, but anyway, so just wanted to kind of break everything down, and this video is to simply just inspire what is possible, because along my pathway, specifically to building an e-commerce business that has now reached 7 figures, it has not been very, I guess I've kind of been all over the place. I didn't really know where to start. I've been very passionate about e-commerce just because of the simple flexibility that it has. I'm actually a pro mountain bike racer, and so I'm traveling, I'm going to different races, different countries, and this has given me the luxury and the ability to be able to go travel around the U.S., travel to Puerto Rico. It's been the farthest away race so far, and be able to work from my laptop. I got into college as a freshman in college, and ever since then I heard about just how to make money online, how to start an e-commerce business, and ever since then, as a freshman, that's in college, at 20 years old, that's kind of when that started ticking in my mind. I just couldn't get rid of it. But to walk you through all the steps and kind of where I started, to begin with, again, 6, 7, 8 years old, 9 years old, I was picking cherries from my grandma's cherry tree, and I'd go knock on doors and sell them, to the neighbors. I wanted to be able to make money, and I just thought that was cool, that I could go out, put in work, and then be able to sell something for a price that I determined, not that someone else determined. From there, I wanted to make more money. Not that I was all about the money, but I loved the process, and I loved more than everything the building and being able to see the small successes, and being able to see those small successes stack up over time, which has been the biggest fulfillment, because again, at the end of the day, there is no final peak that you're going to get to. There's always going to be another mountain, and it really is in the journey that I've been able to find the most fulfillment, and going through those hard times and then being able to emerge, to be able to see the discrepancy between black and white, good times and the hard times. It just accentuates how good those good times are, and it's all part of the process. But back to the cherries, kind of went into doing yard services, window cleaning, having 30-foot ladders at the age of like 11, 12, 10 years old, up on there by myself, just trying to make a couple bucks, trying to just build my savings, because I knew that had power. I knew that having liquid cash was power. And from there, junior year or junior high school, and then high school, I started this small little lawn care company. It was just me. I kind of hired out some buddies, and at that point when I hired my first employee, I was like, whoa, like I can go golfing and I can be making money. I can be mountain biking, I can be making money. It was incredible. And I never forgot about that. Of course, I was super young, 14, 15, 16 years old, and still wasn't too crazy about, just making tons of money or wanting that. And not saying that I am now, but I just was kind of content, high school kid enjoying life. And I kind of built that business up, was able to get it to a decent enough size to where I was able to have a small exit with that, sold the company, and that was really cool. At that point, I had just started in college, and I wanted to move away from the non-scalable businesses. I knew the e-commerce was the way to go. Ever since I was kind of 19 years old, I saw the potential. Now being 24 years old, from all the mentors that I listened to, they were spot on. I mean, you look at Amazon and they're the proof. So as I went through, my early years in college, I felt so constrained. I'd go to classes and this is me, the Spencer in high school who was 3.99, 3.98 GPA, 5-6 AP classes, working my rear off because I thought that's what success was getting the best GPA, getting the best ACT, SAT scores, and, then getting into the best college and then getting the best job, and then you pay taxes and you die. And as I got out of high school, kind of the 2 years after that, I realized that wasn't the answer. I realized there was so much more, and life is more about happiness. Of course, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You need to take care of yourself. You need to have a job, or you need to make money. You have to have an income. But there's so many opportunities, and you can pursue your passion and monetize that. And so that really kind of clicked when I was 20 years old, and that's when I went on this path of just trying to get all the information that I could get. And it's really taken, a couple years of, just honestly, truthfully, just kind of dabbling in little places and just really not knowing the system. That's really what I would break all this down, and how I've been able to build a 7-figure online business is there's a system, a systematic approach with a bunch of underpinnings that I had no idea existed. And, I listened to gurus, I listened to, got different courses, and, some of the courses are great. A lot of them will leave out, not a lot of them, but there will be some that leave out what you need to hear and what the honest truth is. So unfortunately I didn't have that. And, I sold this lawn care business and I start, getting into e-commerce. I started this business with this kid that I met in college, and it was just about a year until the business partnership fell apart. We were selling on Amazon, and it just wasn't really going anywhere. He wasn't towards the end of it. He wasn't fully vested, and then that caused me to kind of want to back out. And there was some tension there, and now we're totally good, fortunately. But that's once I started that business. It was a personal care company, personal care products. I saw the potential. I saw what other people were doing. I saw friends and their numbers, and just doing $10,000 a month just seemed unbelievable to me. And so, I just kept chipping away, and I got in these ruts of just extreme stress, just my bank account, my savings just going lower and lower and lower, because I screwed up, honestly, with my first e-commerce venture, because I had no roadmap. I had no direction. I just kind of had this massive lofty goal that we were going to be the next Dollar Shave Club of this particular personal care hygiene company that we had. And it was a great experience. It was a great opportunity to learn. But, it was really disappointing when, it didn't really pan out the way that I had expected it to. And we had put a ton of work into it. And so, I got into this rut because I knew that there was potential. I knew that it was possible to make a living, essentially, provide for myself, or in the future, a family. There's plenty of people out there doing it. I've been able to get to the point now, where I'm doing that. And I just kept digging, and I kept digging, and I kept trying. And, unfortunately, I was going in 7 different directions. I was dabbling here, my focus was spread out everywhere to the point where I had no focus. And then to kind of cope with the stress, I kind of would do something else, and then I would not focus on one thing, 'cause, I was anxious that if I put more time into it, then it would potentially not work, and I was wasting time there. There was just this mental conundrum, because I was just directionless and was so stressed, and my savings was just dropping. pretty low to the point where I actually had to go knock doors with the summer sales company for a couple weeks just to be able to get a little bit of a cushion to keep going. And then finally, after just persisting, the current business that I have right now, that's an e-commerce company, it was finally able to take off. And at this point now, as I look back, it was a number of things, but the biggest thing that I've learned is if you want to have a successful online business, whatever product you're selling, whether that be a physical product, whether that be a media, video courses, or anything you can sell over the internet, it takes a systematic approach. It takes dozens and dozens of underpinnings to understanding psychology of your customer, to understanding the brand schema and who you're targeting, to the finances of the business. I mean, that's so huge, and there's so many different facets of it that I just didn't understand. And it's not technical. It's really not that hard to understand. You just have to put everything together like a beautiful cake. You can't just have half the ingredients. You have to have all of the ingredients. And that's a combination of that plus understanding data. And in my next videos, I'm going to go super deep kind of into my business that I run, and how I've been able to allow it to become successful, to get it to 7 figures and beyond. But really being able to understand data, being able to understand how to drive traffic through Facebook, through Instagram, through Google, through different platforms. And ultimately it's come down to becoming a conversion specialist, an e-commerce conversion specialist with any kind of product, with any kind of e-commerce online business. That's what you truly have to understand, is becoming a conversion, an online conversion specialist. So that's really what has allowed me to excel, to break through all those barriers that I was tremendously struggling with for years. And a lot of that was because I was kind of ignoring them, because it was, just kind of go here and then pull back, go there, pull back. But that's kind of my story so far. I'm 24 years old, turning 25 here soon. And, it wasn't some MBA class. I mean, I'm not even graduated from college. I am on a sabbatical, to put it in kinder terms, just because my entrepreneurial spirit just felt so constrained after I understood that there was so many more ways to make an income. Flexibility was the biggest thing. The fact that there's no ceiling was another huge thing. I mean, there's literally infinite potential. And it's been incredible. It's been incredible to be able to have gone through this entire experience. So that's what I wanted to share, just kind of share my background, my story. And I really look forward to sharing more videos with you. If you guys have any questions or comments, my goal is to provide value, and people that truly want to build an online business, an e-commerce company, whether that's selling on Amazon or building a Shopify store, or if you have, if you're doing affiliate marketing or whatever it is, my goal is to provide transparent, truthful content with integrity. That's my biggest thing, is being transparent and having that honesty, because there's just a lot of, unfortunately, people out there that just they're trying to prey on those, get more views in their videos, or have a hidden agenda for something else to make more money. And my goal is to truly cut through all that and to expose everything that I've done, so that if you decide to start an online business or do whatever it is e-commerce wise, that you have the system that I've been able to kind of gather over a 3-4 year process. So I appreciate you watching the video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you liked this first video here on my channel. Really looking forward to providing more content and helping you with any questions, and just to give back and to provide value to those that are eagerly seeking how to truly have success with an e-commerce business, again, whatever that be, in any industry online. And again, thank you for watching. Looking forward to seeing you on the next video.